The Prophet of Islam also said certain things about Mawla Ali. But at that time, total transparency was not a good idea. People would not buy it. So the Prophet found a way of saying things that we can discuss today openly. Therefore the Prophet said, whoever respects me, he respects Ali. Whoever loves me, he loves Ali. So these are things that are center to our belief in spirituality. When you love your Sufi master or you love God, a point in spirituality comes, a station of wonder, where your inner is infused with your beloved, with God, or with your Sufi master, or with your messenger. Not the outer, but the inner is infused. And when the inner appears to somebody in their dream, and they change faces or the entire body, it is an indication to you that whoever out of these two you meet the same person. When God was a hidden treasure, He had an urge that He may be known. But it takes two to tango. He was all by Himself. And the thing is, according to His desire, it has to be somebody else to know Him, because He knows Himself. Now you might wonder, well, what's so special about myself knowing myself? But truly speaking, if you think you know yourself, you're mistaken. It takes a lot of time and effort for one to know himself and herself. It's called self-articulation. Most people do not know what they are capable of. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you have never jumped, you would never know that you're capable of jumping. The taste of pudding is not at looking at it. It is in eating it. So you need to experience yourself. And only after you have experienced yourself, you will come to know of your caliber, your capability, your ability, inborn abilities. Now let's go back to God. So God wanted to be known. Therefore He, first of all, let me give you an example. Have you watched Mr. Bean? In one of his episodes, he was wearing 10 trousers, one top of the other, and 10 t-shirts, one top of the other. So then what happens? He wanted to sell them. So he started taking off his shirt and trousers, and he put them all in front of people. Similarly, when God wants to manifest Himself, it's like He takes His clothing out, and then He has another layer of clothing on Him. So this is manifestation. So God wanted to know Himself, so He went through different stages. He became a creator only after He crisscrossed 6 stages of manifestation. Not like straight away. Let there be men and there was men. Let there be a woman and there was a woman. No. It wasn't like this. First He manifested Himself. What happened then? Different of His attributes emerged. And His attributes surrounded Him. Then from the attributes, He went further on. And He manifested yet again. After the manifestation of His attributes, what emerged was God's names. So that was the third stage of manifestation. And then after the names, now this is important. After the names, now this is the process of creation. But this is a journey within Himself. He hasn't still arrived at a point where He can create. So He then wanted the names to manifest. And the names manifested into asar. What is asar? Asar means indication. So when God's name is inside you, it will indicate God's presence. This is what I wanted to establish. When God's name, because indication comes of God's name. So when God's name is inside you, God's name will indicate to you where God's presence is. So when you have God's name inside you and Sufi master appears in your dream, that name of God inside your heart will indicate to your Sufi master that your God lies within your Sufi master. This is indication.